one of the reasons we got together to write this book is because we saw there's a crisis in leadership in virtually every sector, every community. And we asked ourselves, why is this? What is happening across the board? So we started to write about change and the process of change. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, one of the things that's very clear is that leadership often is operating with a static view of the world, a snapshot which can really be out of date. And it's drawn by an ever decreasing parenthesis of information that's around them. And this then speaks to the diversity issue, that if your only source of information is the golf club, then it's unlikely that you're going to find that challenges you and takes you beyond your comfort zone. And so this is the leadership model of reaching out and talking to different people that might challenge your mindset and looking at the edges of the parenthesis. And so the start of all change is to recognize that if change isn't allowed to be a process, it becomes an event.
And that's what we're witnessing. Leadership everywhere are totally blindsided by events that they didn't anticipate. And then they say, well, nobody could have seen that coming. Well, maybe, maybe not. That's no excuse though. It doesn't absolve them of responsibility. So this is the question, how to get everybody more comfortable with the process of change, especially because we're living through a period of history where radical change is underfoot. We have technological change, we have social change. Now, we can argue about whether it's more or less than any time in history, but it's a lot.
Yeah, and so the message is don't wait for the event. The change process can be quite incremental, but it's also signaled, and there are clues to leaders that are prepared to change and embracing change. That's partly the diversity issue, not because it's a slavish thing that's nice, but because it's efficient, that people are actually willing to embrace new models of look across rather than just drill down, and also be prepared to accept that there is ambiguity and a lack of certainty, because everywhere we look, we're bombarded with people who are opinionated and absolutely certain about the outcome, as if somehow their whole position as a leader is dependent upon them being able to see into the future and being clairvoyant. And
which nobody is. And so when anybody says, I am certain, you can be certain we're dealing with mediocrity.
I think that's right. The only provenance of certainty can
Is
be mediocrity.